it still is important to release some art and say that you do think it's wrong, because there's many people that won't and just release the art as it is and take that check and go home, and their children will release art, and the people who've got something to say will just shy away, because I just
especially anything controversial, you know, it's like people self-censor because they don't want to be cancelled and all that, you know.
100%, and that's the way I think. You've got to admit, it's a genius game, the money game, isn't it? Because they know.
Is. Welcome back, everybody. I'm continuing with Johnny on his journey down the REN rabbit hole. Today, we're going to do money game.
Let's go.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chain to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game.
We're getting serious now.
There's a lot to unpack, isn't there, man? You know, that's what I always find with it. But again, just a one-take video, man. They've done this somewhere in Brighton in the early hours of the morning, man. You know,
in an open space.
And the thought and the car. I think they had to climb in here, like, you know, illegally to do it, man.
Saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop. Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident.
Well, I instantly like the fact that was in time.
That's what I mean. That's how thought out it is, isn't it, man? You know. Yeah, it's cool. Let's go back a bit. Anything else? Just that.
Not the. I'm just intrigued to see how far we're going before I comment.
Just give me a tap if you want to start.
Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate. When they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say proudly through gritted teeth, it's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murdered like savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant. Cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions aren't our own, and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
Wow. Has he drawn eyes on him?
He's drew eyes on him, yeah.
I was expecting to see a head full of blood.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
why
what
it
I was
that
expecting
grim.
as
I was
well,
like,
man. Yeah.
oh dear.
I guess there's people speculate about, you know, what that means. You know, it's like, I guess the
Putting a face on it.
yeah, you know, we're all blind in the money game, maybe, or you know, now you can see, you know, or
I think this is the other inner monologue in the battle. Obviously, from the first one, I saw high REN.
yeah,
To this one, I think this is the battle. So you fight as an artist, and you finally find your feet and what you want to say and where you're going, and you've defeated your inner monologue that may be negative to produce some art. And then you get to the way the world is,
yeah,
which is not in your control.
yeah.
And I suppose if you have any point of view now, because we've got social media and there's so many different people commenting and thinking they're a professional because they've got a mode of speech and an audience, that if you're a true artist, you start to question, why am I making money for this machine?
Yeah.
And doing the art I am and literally selling myself. It almost makes you feel dirty, but at the same time, you'll do nothing, if you know what I mean. That's the constant drive, and it still is important to release some art and say that you do think it's wrong, because there's many people that won't and just release the art as it is and take that check and go home, and their children will release art, and the people who've got something to say will just shy away, because I just
especially anything controversial, you know, it's like people self-censor because they don't want to be cancelled and all that, you know.
100%, and that's the way I think. You got to admit it's a genius game, the money game, isn't it? Because they know
is.
You can just point the finger and go witchcraft sort of thing, or crazy, you're mental. Is just spouting tinfoil hat conspiracies.
Man.
Disregard them 100%. But I know I'm a completely sane character, and I've had this pain, and I gave up running for free fame or fortune as you get older and you realise what art is and what you're comfortable and what you want to be.
And integrity as well, that's
of course
important, isn't it?
But at the same time, you know how much stronger you have to be in releasing things now and fighting that inner monologue, going, am I doing the right thing? Am I influencing people in the right way and in what I'm saying? Can I believe anything that I'm told is true anymore? You know, when you start disbelieving anything that you hear on radio and it's all fake news, lie. They've got us all so confused and also divided that we're too scared to speak to each other or say something to your friends that are maybe not close friends, people that you know around, because I think one is spouting off about religion, money, and the higher power that control the whole of the world, and you just think I do sound crazy. I sound crazy for expressing myself.
And as well, like the idea that like now people are getting cancelled for one tweet 10 years ago and stuff. You know what I mean? And like. People change, you know. Opinions change, times change, and all that sort of stuff, you know. And you need to have the freedom to express yourself, man. You know, without fear.
That's 100%.
You need to be willing to risk offending people in exploration of truth. You know.
Well, there's 100% thing that obviously there's certain people that got away with it. We all I think, were complicit in knowing, but obviously didn't have the power to stop. Like, you know, with the celebrity, you know, there's
the
certain
heinous things that have gone on.
You
man.
know, with people who
yeah.
are very rich and control, they have pretty much got carte blanche, and they are going to be protected to a certain extent.
That's
Everyone
true.
was,
It's
even
true.
Pontius Pilate in religious days. You know, if we're going to go there, sorry, I don't want to get this deep at this time.
No, it's cool, man.
They'll
They'll love it, man. They'll love it. They'll love it.
But
they'll love it.
What we're trying to say is you've just got to believe in what's right, and I think anything to do with money, you've always got to be sceptical, because if someone's taking money for something and getting a vast amount, I can't say whether that's going to be your honest opinion. I mean, because there's very few people with true integrity. I just think in your heart, if you know down the line it's hurting no one directly or not funding anything that will hurt a majority of people, I just think we all know in our heart, and I think we've got to learn from the lessons of love that are laughed about, and people think either you're a hippie or we can imagine who coined that term. It was probably some really rich philanthropist, someone Trump-esque, going, you bloody hippie, don't mention love to us. But we do have to start getting a love for one another, because I think there's so much hate around that people want us.
Because community is important, isn't it? You know, and inclusion and all that. You know,
it is, and we can all get ingrained in it. We all end up fighting for the parking space, or going to the weekend pumpkin picking site, and as everyone's doing the same thing, because we've all been forced, and you feel like you have to take your children to do the same thing as everybody else. Yeah. And you're entered in this rat race battle, and then we lose patience with each other, because we're all in competition with each other, because that is the capitalist dynamic, is just like beat everyone else, step on everyone else, don't let him go forward because you'll be last in the queue. And it's like... Yeah,
man, it's cool, man. The people watching are going to know, man, because a lot of the stuff you've spoken about, like, it gets to this stuff in part 2 and part 3, you know, and it's the thing, isn't it? You know. No.
Sorry, you can tell I haven't been watching.
No,
I'm looking to be speaking on a microphone now. I only know analog. What's this digital malarkey?
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. But this is beautiful, man. It's beautiful to like talk about these kind of things, and because money's important, isn't it? You know, you can't function without it.
Of course, it is.
And I like it's the idea that, you know, the capacity for good and evil runs down the middle of every human soul. You know, we're all capable. If you really know yourself.
But we need community, don't we?
Yeah,
I think we can form our own micro-economic climate just by looking after each other and going local and supporting small projects of things that we believe in that do good for the community, and look after people with passion that are not going to stab everyone in the back or just make you redundant because they're a huge multinational company that doesn't understand your little area. They just put businesses in and go, it's not making the top dollar line, we're not making enough profit, everyone's redundant, let's move on to the next city. Yeah. And I just think I've learned that the hard way of being in art and opening my bar and had no one here at all. And you come to the stage where you go, should I keep carrying on? And I'm glad I'm that type of person that I did.
I'm glad you did, man. I'm proud of you for what
Sorry,
this
it's
become
not back
so
to
far,
me again. Know? It's only
it's cool.
It's only my personal experience, and this is how we grow and this is how we learn to have a valid point in the world that we see and appreciate art and other people trying to tell us certain things that we should really care about, not how much duty's going on fuel or whether electric cars are better than combustion. It's just whether can our children breathe clean air in the future, and can we drink water without being worried we're going to get poisoned by anything. I mean, I know that. Let's break it down. What is important to us? Do you love looking out at the blue sky and the sunset? Well, let's hope Earth is there, because we know what Elon Musk wants to do. You won't be laughing when you see a Texaco sign on the moon. That's all I'm saying. And he owns it all, even though it's not his to own, but he will, because he's there first, because he built the rocket to build the apartments.
I might drop a little hysterical laughter if you look up and it does the you know, like the Batman signal on the moon, but it's Texaco.
Light pollution from the moon.
Yeah, awesome, man. Anyway, do you want to jump back into this?
Let's go. We're going on tangent.
Cool.
This old money game.
Nice way to spend an afternoon. I understand we have to be shocking to get people to even last 2 minutes of watching a video. But yeah, I
It's
think people need
symbolism, isn't
of
it? You know?
course.
Yeah.
I've got so many questions. I had a little joke saying I think he stopped pouring the fuel over the guy with the head covering and the eyes on because he realised how expensive fuel is now. but then he may have just realised that how many people he'd actually have to burn. And then is it better just to
It's very true as well, yeah.
Is that let go? Burn all those feelings away if you can't beat them?
It's true, man. Something I didn't spot the first time I watched it, which I do wonder if they wanted to get it a little bit more in frame, but it still works, is that when he goes to pour the petrol on him in the chair, and the guy, he puts the guitar up in between, you know, to stop it. And I didn't spot it to begin with, but I think it's a great symbolism of, like, that's how you combat it, you know, with art, you know, with creativity, you know.
Where's all the love
Perhaps,
gone?
you know, yeah.
Well, that's how we used to combat everything, wasn't it? In Vietnam, it was music, artists.
Yeah, that's true, man.
I think we have lost a lot of that, and if anyone tries, it just seems to have lost its enamor, and it just feels a bit jumping on the bandwagon. It's like posting on any tragedy. It's like, I've never seen you post anything previously about this person or this tragedy.
Virtue signaling, man. Virtue signaling.
That's where I was going to.
Yeah, it's. I'll say it pisses me off, but really, I find humour in it now. I'm just like, the more you sort of learn about history and all that, you know, like, oh man, it to some degree, it's always been this way. It's not a new thing, you know. It's just perhaps we're more aware of it because of the way how connected everything is now with the internet and all that, you know.
But you think, but that just shows how. I had to say the sheep. I think he mentioned it in his lyrics as well.
Yeah.
And that people will follow and not even question it and go, well, this is what sells.
Herd mentality,
and this is what I need to do for the next one. And how long will that last until someone breaks that barrier and then does something new and then everyone follows that for the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
But I really do believe in there are people like us out there. I've got a good sense that listen to these messages and things that we know. And it's good for, obviously, all the youth that are coming up, instead of just saying, oh, these bands are crap, music doesn't... You don't know anyone that's trying to regurgitate and make something new, that they give a certain message rather than just no message to try and educate. That it's handing down the torch, isn't it? It's making sure our future generations know what's going on and what we fought for, instead of someone else or big companies taking that really big audience and then fashioning it into whatever they want to sell.
That's how it works. Yeah.
That's
what you got to do in it, man. Because without, you know, community and mentors and older people, you know, to not that everyone's going to listen or not that you know everything there is, you know, but just trying to offer some guidance if it's required, if it's, you know, welcome or whatever.
You know? And I think there's a lot of questions about moral code and what is moral code. We could branch off into everything, couldn't we, really? But I think there's just a way that we adopt, you grow up and you learn that it's just the only way, really. It's just to be kind and civil together. We're all struggling against Mother Nature and the system, so why not make it as easy as possible for everyone just to do their thing and grow as people. Yeah. I know. We can dream. We can dream, everybody.
Of course, man. Of course.
We can hope.
No, that's beautiful,
We're
man.
here. We're here. Beautiful. Anyone to join the movement, just let us know. Click a follow.
It's not,
here I go. Click follow.
It's not a cult, honest.
I will preach to you about my new aftershave brand that I'll make up called Tears.
Yeah, only £3,000 a bottle.
It's helping children in Gaza, don't worry.
You know, awesome, man. But anyway, man, thanks for joining me, John.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Do you want to fill in everyone on your socials and all that?
Oh, well, I can do. Just follow www.divewalls.co.uk and just check out all the up-and-coming independent artists we have and show them some support. And if you're ever around, just pop up and you'll be greeted by me. And welcome to the family, basically.
Yeah, cool, man, cool. He's looking over there because he's got the website on the wall.
Yeah,
over
I should
there,
know
on
it
the
off by
lights.
heart, but yeah, there's a camera, there's a light in
I don't know if
front
I'm
of
going
it.
to get this in. Let's have a look, see if I can. Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. Look.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Have a good week. Take care of yourselves. See you soon.
See you later.